I just miss you. I know everybody that's watching this has that same feeling, like there's nothing like having, your dear friends next to you, having cool conversation, schmoozing about life. And thank God for Zoom
I know.
and, and YouTube and all these things that, I complain about because I'm so bad at technology. Now I'm saying, thank you. So we can be together and help out there. Yeah.
And the nice thing is that it gives us a reason to put on makeup.
Yeah. Boy, isn't that a trip when you get out of that scene and you realize how much of your life is devoted to all that? I mean, no fried, died, and laid to the side for me. Those roots are coming. And, I think it's probably good that we take a refresher from all the stuff that we lay on our faces and hair and all over our body in order to be cute. I mean, it's a miracle in many ways. It really is.
Well,
You
we're
know,
we're recording now, you know.
I know. Oh,
Okay.
oh, oh. Well, let me then speak of how wonderful it is to know that when you go out, you don't have to do your little eyebrow thing, tweak the little black hairs around your chin, because nobody knows who you are with those masks on. And if you wear a big sombrero hat and a big trench coat, you can even go naked. No, don't do that. But you know what I'm saying.
We're
Nobody
incognito.
knows.
We're incognito all the time.
We are. And it's so crazy because you and I spend our life helping people take off their masks and be more real in the world. And look at us now. Now all we're doing is promoting, put on that mask, get that mask on. Did you put on your mask? Where's your mask? Right? That's us.
I was in the grocery store the other day and someone was walking through who had no mask on.
Oh,
And I had all I could do from reprimanding her.
you're biting your tongue, right?
Yes, I did.
I know I took Rumi out this morning without a mask on. And I'm like, where's the mask? Oh, yeah.
Wait. Are you saying that you have a mask for Rumi?
Oh, I wish I did. Hey, everybody out there, I learned this yesterday. Don't let anybody pet your animal when you're out there, not at this time.
Oh,
And who knew? Because everybody wants to pet my dog. He's the cutest living being. And everybody wants to put their hands on him. And I have to say, no, I'm sorry. And keep your distance. No. But so weird because we've spent our life asking people to know oneness and don't separate out and be in your body, and everybody wants to leave and be in denial and separate. It's what we have to do right now in the outer world.
yes, we do.
But in our inner world, what?
Well, the inner world is sometimes always confused. And one of the things we can do today is help people sort of center themselves. And
Well,
yes.
I don't want to interrupt your wisdom.
Why
Please,
stop?
God.
Why stop now?
Well, well, Scorpio's just the Taurus.
Yeah.
Anyway, I want to talk about the 24th because it's kind of a miracle with all the screw ups we've had with trying to produce these things, because it's really hard to learn this technology. It's really, really hard for me as an empath. It's almost, I'm so terrible at it. And thank God for Dorothy, because she's so good at researching things and figuring things out. So here we are, we land on this day, the 24th, because we've had so many phone calls, right, Dorothy? So many texts, help!
Yeah, let me just say this, that we are recording this on April 24th. That's
Right.
why the 2-4.
Oh, yeah. Yes. We've recorded many different days. Today is the 24th, and it happened to work out this day for us. Well, in numerology, the sister science to astrology, a 24 is called a 24, 6, 2 plus 4 equaling 6. Well, so what does that mean? Well, It talks about inner calm and peace, and making the choice, because every moment's a choice with your thoughts, to choose inner peace over chaos, because the opposite of the six, which is still in the sixth realm, if you fall into the rabbit hole, is worry, anxiety, PTSD, all that stuff, and not and being at the effect of the outer world and not staying with who you really are, that deep quiet inside. So we call it the path of peace, but it is. And if you don't choose that, then it affects your nervous system and your vagus nerve. And, your vagus nerve practically runs everything. And people, I can't believe people don't talk about it enough, but it's the biggest nerve in your body. And it's very important because it's about the parathyroid. Parathyroid? Am I saying that right? It's about your happiness and your GABA and all of that. And when you're stressed, the vagus nerve knots up in your stomach. That's that thing you feel when you're worried or feel separate from others. And so you have the choice of being the teacher and transmitting love, or being at the effect of all this. And we wouldn't suggest that, would we, Dot?
No, we would not. And it's all in how you're looking at anything.
That's right.
It's always about your perception.
Yep.
And the perception a lot of people have about what we're going through right now is causing anxiety, causing stress and anger. Yep. And all kinds of things that I refer to as toxic emotions.
Yeah.
And those toxic emotions can make us sick. Never mind the virus. We can make ourselves sick just by what we're doing in our heads. The stories we make up in our heads, and react to those stories that we make up in our heads at a very deep level.
And what if the virus is that? What if the virus is the universe in some way? Let's leave the universe out of it. Let's say it's a collective of all the fear that's been going on, because it's gotten such a pandemic. Talk about a pandemic. It's the fear, really. And I think we're also tired, those of us that want peace and love and joy and abundance and gratitude and compassion to run this beautiful planet, and yet what does it take to get people to lie down and be quiet?
Sometimes what we're going through right now. So looking at the bigger picture, and from, I have to say, from my philosophy, if you will, that there are no accidents, that there has to be some reason behind all of this. And oh, by the way, I just read on, I've forgotten where, that there was science is now proving that the universe has consciousness.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Really?
And so I'm just thinking from the bigger picture, if we look at the world and we look at this planet, this virus is, and please believe me, I am not discounting in any way the many deaths that have occurred from this virus.
And all the people that are very sick.
Without a doubt.
Yeah. But we're trying to look at the bigger picture and to help you, develop your compassion through looking at that bigger picture.
And with all that has happened, with all of those things, there's an and. And the planet's air has become cleaner. We are not doing to the planet what we have been doing for decades and centuries. And each person is becoming more in tune with themselves, whether they like it or not.
Well, that's the thing, isn't it? I mean, so many people that are writing me are very restless because they're unwilling to go inside. and quiet down. They're so used to getting all of their story out here when really the greatest adventure is in here. It's far more healing, enriching, deeper, loving. And I think that's in part why we're doing this new show, is we're not in part. I think we're trying to impart to as many people as we can, paths to getting to that place of going inside and living from trust and faith, and staying calm and peaceful, no matter what's in front of you out here. That's the key to life, don't you think? I do.
Without a doubt.
And I'm not that good at it yet. I'm practicing, but that's a lifelong journey for me, is to leave the fear over here and take a deep breath and know that, there's so much more than just your body and the story that's out here. And that's the thing.
It's why we are calling ourselves two ancient semi-enlightened broads, schmoozing on life and beyond.
Because we have so many tools.
We do. And we're semi-enlightened because we're still in human form.
Right. And we're learning. And there's so much to learn. I mean, every time I get to a certain level, I'm like, whoopee. And then I go, oh my gosh, something else comes in that's so simple and beautiful that I wasn't open to yet. I mean, I think one of my old boyfriends said to me, you can get enlightenment on the second floor of Macy's if you're awake. And he's right.
It's true.
You can get it anywhere. We think it's going to come from a book, an ancient sacred scroll or whatever, but really it can come in any moment, just with your breath, just breathing.
Just by being conscious and noticing.
Yeah. And awake.
Yes.
And
you and Helene Rothschild posted this on Facebook the other day. Whoops. And may I read it?
Sure, I love it.
Thank you. It says, if you knew that you were here on a divine assignment and that you were already encoded with the blueprint for that mission, would you trust a little more in your ability to make a difference in the world?
Isn't that gorgeous?
I love that.
I know. Because it gives you permission for a moment, maybe a millisecond, to remember you do have a blueprint. There is something that you wanted before you took on a body to come back to be, whether it's learning to love yourself, and which I think is true for everybody. And then how to take that out into the world, because everybody has whether you're the garbage man, garbage woman, or you're, a farmer, or whether you're a flight attendant, or whether you're a spiritual teacher, whatever you are.
That's true.
It's streaming through us all the time, this memory.
Yes.
What love really is.
My hair looks weird.
What?
Let me fix it.
I'll come right over.
This is the semi-enlightened part.
Yes, we'll do your due. We'll do a due.
And I forgot what else I was going to say about.
Let me just say, you're cute as ever.
Oh.
You're the cutest being I've ever met.
No.
Except for my dog, Rumi. Yeah. Well.
Let me just ask you if you can read my mind right now about that statement.
Why? I think it was a very sweet statement, Dottie.
Anyway. You compared me to a dog.
So what? He's my favorite being in the whole world. What's the difference? We're all alive. We're all, That's the oneness factor, my dear.
Well, there's the oneness that I'm going to.
We're just different in different ways. Rumi has more hair than you, and he has a tail. Whoops. And there's that technology thing.
Yes.
And we'll learn as we go on, y'all. We owned, and anyway, you're going to love it. We're hysterically funny, and let's talk about how we can help them today, because this is why we did this.
Let me just add this. Simone thinks we're hysterically funny, and so do I. But what the rest of the world might think would be something else, I'm sure. But I do think that our purpose for this particular show, this particular recording that you're watching, is just to address what's going on right now in the world, and with all of the toxic emotions that people are experiencing throughout this quarantine time, that we just wanted to come on and address that and offer you a couple of techniques, if you will, to I'll say monitor or and not control, but manage toxic emotions, because we're always at the moment of decision. And in that moment of decision, we can choose to be stressed or angry or anxious, or we can choose to be comfortably centered in our own bodies. And Simone, you said something a while ago about when you're in a worrisome mode or something that's negative, your husband whispers in your ear and says, what?
Oh, it's so annoying. But anyway, he comes up to me and he whispers in my ear, you know, your very next thought could be a happy one. And I'm like, I just want to go, but then it sweeps over me like, he's so totally right. It's all your choice of thoughts and the ones you adhere to and the ones you let go. So I mean, it's as simple as saying when one of those thoughts comes in, like, boy, I'm terrified. Look at the population of blah, blah, blah. Don't watch the news all the time, please. But when those facts start coming in, just to say, you know, this is not helping my nervous system at all. This is just bringing me into the virus consciousness. And I send compassion to everyone out there, but I'm letting go. And then move on. You have to be vigilant with it is the key. I mean, vigilant is my middle name, I have to say, with stuff like that, because I can go down the rabbit hole like that. And I've learned it after being such an ancient gal that I don't want to go there anymore. There's no reason to go there anymore. And certainly the universe, the source of all life, doesn't want us to go there. It's not interested.
Well, it's not where we were meant to be.
It's not loving.
I know. Maybe the best thing in the world to do is, move to the city where there are no rabbit holes.
Yeah.
Just a joke.
Well, it's not really, though, because that city's inside of you.
Oh, that's very good.
But it's true.
I know.
I mean, I remember Helene. I'm going to talk about Helene again because she's one of my favorite people, and she's been a teacher for me for many, many years, a mentor. But I remember saying to her once, because I've written about Lemuria, this pre-Atlantean civilization that was very feminine based and very loving. And I said, I just wish this was Lemuria. And she said, it is Lemuria. We just forgot. And then I sat with her and I thought, yeah, if we would focus on the beauty and cultivate our love of this planet and of each other, we would be in a Lemurian landscape. We could live it that way. It's just, it's people that say, bring heaven down here. This is heaven. Doesn't feel like it right now because there's so much fear, but underneath all of that is the love. And it's in all of us. There's not anybody on this planet, I don't care what they've done or what they believe about themselves, that isn't coming from that deep, deep love. It's there. It's so quiet. It wants you to come home to it. That's why we're doing this show, to take you home.
And what I'd like to do right now is offer a way for you to move out of stress or anger or anxiety, excuse me, and center yourself. Go into that part of you that is compassion and empathy, that is peaceful. And so what I would invite you to do, is this okay if I do this right now, Simone? Apparently.
Oh, you go, Mama. I'm so ready for you. Go.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
And so if you just take a moment and close your eyes and breathe into this body that belongs to you, this body that you own. And for a moment, think of a time in your life, a moment in your life, where you experience the sense of oneness with everything around you. Now, that may have been on a vacation, it may have been in your own backyard. Whatever or wherever that is, just take a moment and be there. Just one moment in your life when you experience that sense of oneness, just being. And as you enter that memory, notice the colors that you see. Notice what you're hearing. Notice what you might be smelling. What you might be feeling, either physically feeling and or emotionally feeling. That sense of peacefulness inside. Just be there. Hold that presence for a moment and begin to notice how very relaxed your body is. Just notice and breathe and just be. And be aware of what it's like mentally when you are in this moment of oneness. Experience it. And for the sake of this particular technique, just think the thought, this is peaceful. Remain in that moment of oneness wherever you are and notice what it's like emotionally. In that oneness. Experience it. And think the thought, this is peaceful. And notice what it's like physically in this moment of oneness. Experience it. And again, think the thought, this is peaceful. And as you experience peaceful, mentally, physically, and emotionally, in many ways, this is your true identity, centered within you in oneness. And from now on, in your wide awake, walk around everyday world, whenever a situation might arise where there is some anxiety, all you have to do now is take a deep breath and in your mind, give the instruction to your body, be peaceful. Because your mind and your body are in full agreement, total accordance, now and for every now for the rest of your life, that the experience that you're experiencing right now, mentally, physically and emotionally, is peaceful. And you can be peaceful whenever you choose, because it is all up to you. And in this state of peaceful, you are in an ideal state of health and wellness, mentally, physically, and emotionally. And in this state, your body is able to fight off viruses, any kind of microbial issues. That's right. You do have that power within you. And when it's comfortable for you, just take a deep breath right now. And as you do, give the instruction to your body, remain peaceful. That's right. And as you practice this on a daily basis, it takes seconds to practice it. Just giving the instruction from your mind to your body, be peaceful. Your body will respond more and more quickly, and the effects last for longer and longer durations. When it's comfortable for you, just take a deep breath and open your eyes and remain peaceful. And how was that for you, Simone?
Huh? I'm so relaxed. It was beautiful. I could listen to your voice forever. The modulation and the tone and the vibration that you bring to it is so healing. It's very easy to take what you said and drop it into my subconscious. It just was like water going down.
And your and then I usually say, and your subconscious accepts these truths and acts upon and actualizes them.
I think you did say that by the modulation in your voice. The vibration was so there.
That's very kind of you.
Well, no, I'm not being kind. I'm really telling you my experience. That was beautiful. More. And you'll get more, everybody.
In future
Yes.
recordings
Yes.
on every Wednesday in May
Yes.
and
And
June.
it's so important because, okay, we have this virus going on. It's pretty devastating. But there's always something on this planet. It's set up that way vibrationally. You see one area pocket heal, something else crops up. There's always something going on. So, choose peace. Choose peace. Let each thing that comes toward you that feels like an adversary be a shaman for you. Look at it and say, I'm going to learn from you. Okay, virus, I'm going to learn how to not be at the effect of you. It's going to be the best self-mastery I've done in a long time. And use it as a way to learn these powerful lessons, well, the lessons that empower you, that nothing can overtake you, nothing except for your own fearful thoughts. Just kind of the way it is,
It is kind of the way it is.
I was going to do an invocation for Kuan Yin, but you really just did an invocation for inner peace that was, I don't want to, it's so beautiful. You laid it out so beautifully. I just like to mention a few things that I do that if you just remember it out there, if you'd like to remember it, I'd be really grateful. And speaking of grateful, for me, one of the fastest routes to getting out of those thoughts that are just seductively negative is gratitude and remembering that we are so privileged to be here with this breath and this body and this experience, no matter what we're learning. We are growing so much right now. We are thriving. Even if you're sick in the hospital, even if someone close to you just died, there's a larger picture to all this and the evolution of who we are as souls and spirits. I know it's really hard and challenging right now, but there is a higher way that we will know at some point in our life, in our evolution. And one thing that nature and remembering that everything is alive, everything is vibrating to the heartbeat of Gaia, of the planet, and of the universe. So you could take something like a rose or something that you can get immediately. Oh, this is alive. I'm alive. We're interconnected. You may be a different species, but so what? We're alive through the flow of love that goes through everything in the body of God, in the body of the Creator. I'm not talking about a male God in the sky now. I'm talking about that which takes a peach pit and grows it into a peach, or took this bud and grew it into this magnificent, yummy peach rose. So you can take time and just look at something like a rose and notice the variations of color and the form and the fragrance, and how a flower doesn't have to be anything. It has no agenda. It's just here breathing, bringing beauty into the world and transmitting that beauty out there. And just breathing into the consciousness of that flower without any agenda, without having to be anything or do anything. Just being here, breathing in that wonderful peach. I think that turquoise and peach are my favorite colors, i.e., here they are together. And just radiating that peach love out into the world. That's one thing. A second easy thing is something like, I love to take showers. I love water, and I really value water. And each time I take a shower, I take a moment to be in gratitude for water. So it's as simple as saying something. What I say is, thank you for this water. May there be enough water for all living beings. So simple. You can elaborate. You can say to navigate, to cultivate, to nurture, to feed people. You can broaden it as much as you want. You can see the planet awash and cleansing itself in this beautiful water. Or you can just do it simply like I do it. Third thing, go out and put your spine and back against your favorite tree, like a redwood, or gosh, I love them all. And they're all talking to us. All of life is talking to us right now. It's all alive, just like you. It may be a tree, but it has a heartbeat and a nervous system just like you. And just get with that and put your spine against the redwood tree and breathe. That redwood tree has seen it all, believe me. And it has that inner peace because it's connected to the soul of the earth, which in its own genesis is free and peaceful and loving. So give that to yourself and let your whole nervous system, especially on a 24/6 day, like we talked about, and let your cells breathe in that. Lastly, everything's a meditation. When you're doing it right, every moment is a meditation because you're not abandoning the calm, peaceful part of you that is beckoning you home in every minute. So to remind yourself, I was telling Dorothy I'm making all these soups. It's chicken soup time at the Simone home. So even when I'm cutting carrots, I say, thank you for these carrots. May there be enough food for everyone. It's just so simple because it's like Thich Nhat Hanh taught this to all of us years and years ago. Stay out of the past and stay out of the future. Come into the present moment, focus, and be in gratitude for this breath, even this one breath that you're taking right now in this moment, and let everything else go. If you practice these things and think of the meditation, go back and listen to Dorothy's beautiful meditation and hypnotherapy, you will relax and you will remember that something so beautiful You're always connected to it. It's what breathes through you. And it's just love. Sometimes I lie in bed at night and I just do the same mantra. I am love. I am love. I am love. And finally, my heart just surrenders and goes, you're right. I don't want to worry anymore. It's all made up. So here we are.
And also, we just want to say that we will begin our YouTube series, actually begin it on May 6th with our first video. And we will post a new one every Wednesday for the rest of your life.
You can't get rid of us. You cannot get rid of us. So those dates, well, the 6th and the 13th, the 20th and the 27th, because those first four are our gift to you. So come on into our private sessions and learn some new tools in metaphysical, mystical, hypnotherapeutic, energy work, numerology, astrology, tarot. We're just talking about life, and we want you to subscribe and we want you to write your questions so we can help you because we love you.
Yes, yes, we do. And so we have to go now, though.
Oh.
Yes.
Shut up, Simone. That's shut up, Simone.
and you'll have
to shut your mouth. What?
No, I do not. I never say things like that. Yeah, right. Okay, so let's say goodbye now.
Goodbye now.
And hope to see you on May 6th as well.
And subscribe and tell your friends so we can keep going, because we want to be out there for you. We're here for you. That's a love.
Bye.